What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here with my review for the series and season premiere of Amazon Prime's The Boys. Now, if you have not seen this yet, please come back, because this is going to be spoilers, because I got to spoil a lot of this shit. Because first of all, let me say, I know I normally only do the Marvel and DC TV shows and movies. So for me to do a superhero show outside of that realm is, kind of out of the norm if I'm talking about it in this capacity. You know what I'm saying? If I'm here with y'all on the YouTube channel, if I'm talking about it on the podcast, whatever. But hell, I didn't get a chance to catch this at San Diego Comic-Con like I wanted to. So when the shit dropped, I had to watch it. And this show is fucking amazing. The tagline is never meet your heroes, and you see why. This shit is so dope how it kicks off. Because, first of all, it has a lot of elements of Marvel as well as DC blended together. And then given that spin, that centrifuge spin, separated and blown back out to you, per se. That makes sense. I used a lot of other terms together that probably shouldn't have been put the fucking together, but damn it, I don't care. I'm excited. The first thing we see is a bank robbery that's happening, or armored truck, shall I say, being stolen, and then we see two kids walking across the street. One kid about to get his shit split by the truck. Then a woman jumps down, and the fucking armored truck explodes around her. Now, when you see her and you look at her, she is reminiscent of Wonder Woman. And then while she's doing her thing, she takes one of the dudes out of the truck, and the two dudes end up taking the two kids hostage, and they got the guns to Shorty's heads like, we'll blow this shit out. And then all of a sudden, I-beams come and burn one of the dude's guns. A la Superman. A dude flies down with a cape, red, white, and blue. His name's Homelander. The woman who stopped the truck, her name is Queen Maeve. We find out they are members of the Seven. The Seven is this big superhero tangent put together by Vought International. Now, the Seven can be several things. The Seven can be reminiscent of the 7 members of the Justice League. The core 6 to 7 members, depending on how you look at it, of the Avengers. So you're already getting those elements, but then you're getting this heightened version of it. Because what happens is Homelander, after he saves the day with Queen Maeve, he's taking selfies. Shorty asks, can he take a selfie? He's like, yeah, no problem. What is that reminiscent of? Superman taking a selfie in Justice League. Then you get this dude, Huey, walking down the street after he goes to work. He works at a fucking tech store. He's horrible and hates his life. As we normally get those characters like that in shows like this. You're always going to get that one dude who's reluctant to do anything. He hates his life. He wishes he could be somebody else, but he's not. Then his girl comes in the store talking about, can you come lay some cable? I was like, word? Y'all for the fucking stock room? And it didn't happen. I was disappointed about that. I was hoping I was going to see sex early in the episode. But nonetheless, we see him and his girl, Robin, Huey and Robin walking down the street. They're talking about their plans in the future. And as they're talking about moving in together in certain posters, all you see is Robin get splattered a la Final Destination style. And the dope thing is how they slow the frame rate up. So you see just droplets of blood hitting on Huey, then this wave. And then you see this superhero dude, the dude in all the posters that looks like Anthony Mackie as the Falcon, but it's really Jesse T. Usher as A-Train, and he stops like, I just got to keep running. But then you go back to Huey, you see him just holding Robin's arms, and I was like, holy fuck. It gets crazy because we see so much. You see the fact that Huey's dad is played by Simon Pegg, and we all know Simon Pegg is a legendary actor, comedian from Great Britain. Well, he's talking with an American accent, and that shit just weird. That shit it's not a bad accent, but it's just weird to see Benji from Mission Impossible just talking like a normal white dad in the suburbs. Like, word? That's what we doing with Simon Pegg? It works. That's what we doing. You get to see auditions for the Seven. So you see Starlight, which is reminiscent of Stargirl. Starlight's auditioning, and the dopest shit is like, the casting director's like, well, yeah, can you show me your power? And she was like, all right, bet. So here's what you're going to need to do, though. You're going to need to turn away from the camera, close your eyes, don't look at nothing, because I might blind the fuck out you. And the girl was like, I guess, whatever. Shorty uses her powers and just knocks the camera down. Like, her powers, she seems to be one of those characters that does not know the full extent and range of her abilities just yet, because we do see her training in her house with her mom. Wakes up in the morning, she punching the walls, you know what I'm saying, squat in the back of a car, things like that. But I don't think she really knows the full range of her abilities, which is good, because it's like when she does certain things, certain things happen by accident, but when she gets upset, her power is almost magnified, and we see that in a lot of mutants. We see that in a lot of superheroes. So to see that with a character like this lets you know that further on down the line, that will be a key factor and a key element into whatever the culmination of this will be. We get to meet other members of the Seven. I don't want to go scene by scene. So we meet the Deep. The Deep is an Aquaman type character. He is a member of the Seven, Justice League 7, and Lord of the Seven Seas. But he looks like a perennial high school, college douchebag that just put on a suit that looked like it's got gills and fins. And you like, yo, before you found out about the gym, you was getting your ass all types of whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't bullied, but people was just like, fuck this dude. And then you all of a sudden found hair products and a weight room, and now you just think you the shit. And you juiced up on roids like one cycle because you got that vein. Like, we know what it is. We also meet Translucent, who does an appearance on Jimmy Fallon. And Translucent, in all the posters, you've seen a hero with a suit on, but it's no body. That's him. And so he goes invisible. And the thing is, his suit can't do it. It's only, he has to be butt-ass naked when he goes invisible, which isn't really invisible. It's just that his skin develops a carbon layer that makes it, that reflects light off of it. So he is invisible, but not invisible. We also meet, while at the round table, we meet Black Noir, which is a black dude, now black, pretty much. And even the best, one of the things we found about all these, again, is that the superheroes are part of a business. We get to see Starlight, who grabs her audition, and then she gets the gig to become a part of the Seven, and she's being taken to Vought International, where there's a stakeholders meeting about superheroes being placed around the country, and shares are up 119%. Also, the voice of Vought International, the spokeswoman, if you will, the person who helps make a lot of business deals, is Madeline Stillwell, and she is played by the legendary Elizabeth Shue. So if a lot of y'all were looking like, yo, where in the fuck do I know her from? Adventures in Babysitting. And I always bring it up because it's filmed in my hometown, Chicago. You get so much happening. What else did I see on this one? Oh, celebrity, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, Turbans Hank trying to get stuff. Oh, yeah, let me tell you about the Deep. So the Deep is a douchebag. I told you that, right? He looks like it. There's a point, where they bring Starlight into the Seven Towers. So she goes to the big boardroom to see where everything happens. She sees the seats, and this is where Homelander sits, and she'll have her seat, and blah, blah, blah. And then the Deep is like, yo, I bet you had a Homelander poster and shit when you was growing up. She was like, nah, actually, I had one of you. I had a little crush on you, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Had this thing. I never thought I'd be working with you, but now I'm here working with you and shit. And she turned around. This mug has his pants down, dick out, with the most tanned lines and Speedo non-tan ass cheeks. I was like, well, if we're going to go R-rated, we're just going to go all the fucking way with it. And he's like, yo, if you want to be a part of Seven, you got to do what you need to do. He's like, yo, I'm not talking about, you know what I'm saying, pole. I'm not talking about just fucking. I'm talking about pole smoking. So basically, he was like, just suck my dick about 3 minutes and you good. And I'm like, yo, can you imagine if Aquaman did that shit to a member of the Justice League? Could you imagine if Aquaman told Miss Martian, I'm going to need you to change the shape and color real quick. Go on here, put some red hair on. Come down here and blow on a life pole of the Seven Seas. That'd be fucked up. And that's what it was. Like, when I saw the beginning of the episode, it gave me the ratings of like, yo, this has adult language, adult content, violence, graphic violence, strong sexual situations, and even graphic nudity, and even fucking rape. And I was like, what already? Like, and I see what they did, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. But unfortunately, Starlight does do it because the Deep blackmails. He uses his power to say, and by saying power, I mean like he's second in command of the Seven. So he's like, yo, if I tell people you attacked me, showing me, You know how you got mad and made the TVs fuck up? You be out of here and go back with your tail between your legs to Des Moines, Iowa. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Don't nobody want to go back to Des Moines, Iowa. People in Des Moines, Iowa try to get out, and they know if they get out, they're like, yo, this is what real fucking life is. And we like, yup, real life. And you still in Des Moines, fam. Like, you gotta remember that. You in Des Moines. So Billy is, let's go back down to Billy, to Huey. He's at work, and then he meets this dude named Billy, and Billy's played by Carl Urban, who's fucking amazing in this. And he's basically like, yo, I know what happened with your girl, you know, the company's trying to pay you off. I know how it's bullshit, and we can really try to take them down. So after, you know, Huey's like, yo, I don't want to do it. He's reluctant. He follows Billy to this club. And first of all, the club this is where supes go, superheroes, they call them supes. This is where they go to let off their, you know, their secret cringy fantasies, the dirty shit they want to do, the filthiness they want to have. And when we walk in, we see a superhero and a chick fucking on the ceiling, like levitating fucking. And I was like, my nigga, like, first of all, you want to, like, I think everybody's like, yo, I wish I could get some ass in the air. Like, that's ass in the air for real. But like she riding him, and like if he busts and she just like jump off, that shit gonna drop down, and that shit's not gonna be pleasant for nobody. But we see another superhero. He's a Christian, Christian, all moral values type hero, but he sucking dick and fucking with two dudes. And it's like, oh shit. But the best superhero I saw, the best one, I don't give a fuck what nobody says to me. There's a dude turned himself little. This mod go back about in tiny person 40 yards. This motherfucker runs, jumps, and dives straight into a vagina. Now let me tell you something. Men always say, women be like, yo, I want to get all up in that pussy. That's the line that's actually used. But dude really got all up in that. Like, you guaranteed to hit every spot if you go in there. Like, if you can't find a G spot and you went in deep, you don't ever deserve to be around a vagina ever again. If you went in and you can't shake a clitoris like the Liberty Bell, you never need to go in a vagina ever again. And I just want to find my membership to the fucking club. I get it. So it basically, Huey and Billy end up start working together to try to take him down and figure out, because Huey knows A-Train was on bullshit. As a matter of fact, Billy shows A-Train a clip where Huey a clip where A-Train is in the club. He got shot, and another superhero like, yo, I heard about what happened. He was like, man, yeah, I ran through that bitch so fast, I swallowed one of her molars. It was like a bug hitting the windshield, and they just start cracking up laughing. I'm like, holy fuck. After that, basically seeing that Huey's willing to go bug the Seven Tower, he lies, says he wants to take the meeting, get the money. When he sets him up, he doesn't realize Translucent, who's been always creepy. He's a creep-ass dude, which I think everybody's ever said. If anybody says the first power they want, a superpower they get is invisibility, you're a fucking creep. He's always hanging out in the bathroom, but he sees Huey drop a bug, and he follows him basically after Huey plants it. Follows him back to the shop where he works, comes in and runs up on him, and Huey don't know what the fuck's going on until Billy, played by Carl Urban, smashes the fuck out of him through the car. Then the car going into the store, and it's dope because they did an activation of that exact scene at San Diego Comic-Con. Shouts out to Amazon Prime for allowing me the opportunity to witness that. That was a dope thing. I have one of the activation coins. I'm doing something special with those. I'll tell y'all about them a little bit later. Do I have them around me? Yep, I do. Right here. But, long story short, Translucent and Billy are fighting, and then Huey's supposed to run after trying to smash him with a TV. Billy pushes Translucent back, and Huey electrocutes him in the ass cheeks. In the ass cheeks. It kills him. Electrocutes him in the ass. And he was like, how did you know the electricity worked? He was like, carbon skin, it's a conductor. So I was like, fuck, that's crazy. This show takes you so many places all around. Now, y'all know, if some people are like, yo, why does he gotta say so much swearing about this? Y'all know I like to keep it raw and real here on the channel, the Mad Type Podcast, wherever I can be. So that's, and a show like this, you have to talk about it as raw and as real as possible. The mayor of Baltimore, crime is up 62% in the city, and Madeline is trying to get him to get a superhero in named Black Nubian. Of course, It's a black dude named Black Nubian who's in Detroit originally, going to Baltimore, and they have an offer from Atlanta. Let me say that again one more time. There's a black superhero named Black Nubian who's originally in Detroit. Wants to go to Baltimore. They want to send him to Baltimore, but they have an offer from Atlanta. You go from black to blacker to blackest. I don't know which one is 1, 2, or 3. As a black dude, those are some of the blackest places you go. Detroit, Atlanta, Baltimore, Baltimore, Atlanta, Detroit, Atlanta, Baltimore, Detroit. Have you order it? That's black as shit. But hey, I was like, he's got to be named Black Nubian, like the fucking 1996 hip hop band. Like is this? I saw his gear, but I was expecting his whole gear to be nothing but kente cloth. I wanted to hear him have theme music and it be Sounds of Blackness. I believe in myself, 'cause I know nobody else. You know, that song, I believe. But nonetheless, the mayor's like, yo, so Madeline's telling the mayor, like, yo, it's $300 million to get him to come to Baltimore. And dude's like, nah, I'm thinking 2. She was like, nah, I can't do 2, I can do 3. He was like, you can do 2 because I know about this thing called Compound 5, and you don't want Compound B, excuse me, and you don't want nobody to know about it. And so she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Turns around later, hits him back, was like, yo, I can do Black Nubian for $230. He was like, cool. She's like, yo, the Compound B thing, it's a rumor, it's libelous. I don't know what you're talking about. It's never been heard. But you know what? Enjoy your flight home. He was like, I will. Hangs up. Dude's on a flight with his nephew, who we got an autographed picture of Homelander for. All of a sudden, they're on a private jet, right? They're on a plane. A little bit of turbulence. You think it's nothing. Probably a storm. All of a sudden, Shorty looking out the window. Homelander is flying there and waves. Like, yeah. And then the uncle looks over the mayor like, yo, what the fuck is he doing there? And all of a sudden, he sees Homelander's eyes light up and his eye lasers blow up the fucking plane. And that's the end of the episode. There is so much to process with this. First of all, shouts out Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg for putting together a dope show creating this. Like I said, there's so many Marvel, the Earth's greatest heroes or something like that. The Marvel elements, the corporation Vought International is like, we're doing all these different things. We're opening theme parks, movies. Our movies have grossed over $1.7 billion. Most recent movie grossed over $1.7 billion, a la a Disney thing you'd hear. There's so many different elements from Marvel and DC put together. But again, like I said, it's put in a centrifuge and split out and thrown back at you with an extra element of an R rating. And it's a great show. This is as dark as it could get with superheroes. Like the original Watchmen movie was kind of dark, but people had their not too much. Daredevil was great. It was dark. It was gritty. It had a good storyline, but sometimes you'd be like, not so much. The Punisher, dark, gritty at times, but a lot of times you're just like, I don't really rock with this. But for me, with The Boys, it gets dark and gritty and stays that way all the way through. This is what you're getting. You're going to get a few comedic elements because you have to lighten up the darkness and the brevity of that, the weight of all that graphicness. But you get it and it's dope and it works. And I'm looking for, I know the whole season dropped, but I wanted to make sure I gave y'all my review on the series premiere of it. So if you've seen The Boys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping new videos, man. Check out my reviews for DC Universe's Swamp Thing. Check out my trailer reactions. Check out movie reviews and a whole lot more here on the channel, alright? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. Got a lot of saliva. That's M-R-J-A-Y. You should know how to spell Washington, all right? Join my supervillain squad on Patreon. Patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. This way, I do a lot of stuff, the exclusive giveaways. So I brought up some tokens earlier. So, Amazon did a dope activation for all of their new shows. The Boys, The Expanse, Carnival Row. And they gave these tokens that allowed you to go through them. Now, the night I went was preview night because, of course, they gave us the tokens. We didn't have to use them. So these are collector's coins. I have 6 of them. There are 5 silver, 1 gold. And they all have images based on the shows. I don't know if you can see well, but this one is from The Boys. This one is from The Expanse. This one here is from Carnival Row. And the gold one is for The Boys as well. A member of my supervillain squad will be able to win these tokens, so you got to join over there. Guess what? It's only $5, and if you want to up your patronage, that's on you, and I appreciate the fuck out of it, all right? Make sure you're checking me out on the Mad Titan podcast, where I get you caught up on everything that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes, all right? I will holler at you guys later. Till then, take care. I'm out of here. Peace.